Hey everybody, what's going on? It's another Paul with a Better Call Paul. Monday. I'm having a Monday. That's what's going on. September 18th, 2017. We're working hard in here. Obviously, I'm just a little crazy. So why don't we? I hope everybody had gorgeous out. Bye weekend for the Spartans, and so got a chance to enjoy what was going on. Blues Fest was happening. Man, all sorts of stuff. And so now we're into a new week. So let's get right into it. Starting with the videos that we launched last week. Unfortunately, I had a kind of a busy Thursday, so didn't quite get anything posted for Thursday. But on Wednesday, we posted the Discover Diamondale's Big Indian Small Town Car Show recap that we did. If you have never been to this event that happens right here outside of Diamondale, in Diamondale, right outside of Lansing, you need to check it out. It's annual. I believe it's every third weekend of June. So check out our recap video on that. It's on our YouTube channel, our client YouTube channel, UnoDeuce. Link is in the notes. And so, like I said, we unfortunately skipped Thursday. We'll continue our Entrepreneur Institute series starting this week. But Friday, that continued. Jazz Friday, the Chicago Jazz Orchestra performed The Best Is Yet to Come. And so, so check that out. Pretty soon now, we'll have those 2017 artists starting to be uploaded, and we'll start move towards that. But this is from the Summer Solstice Jazz Festival from 2016. So as always, you can subscribe to both of our YouTube channels, our hashtag BetterCallPaul YouTube channel. Remember to put the hashtag in there, hashtag BetterCallPaul. You'll find us right away. That is for our videos that we create internally just for you. Get a little tips and tricks, some behind-the-scenes action, and so on. And if you miss this live video, it always goes there right after it goes live, as well as on the blog. So. And of course, for our client work, it's our UnoDeuce Multimedia channel, and that's where you can find all the really cool videos that we've produced for others. All those stories are right there. So on the blog, if you missed it last week, we have the Better Call Paul Live for 9/11. And then we also have the 16th anniversary special. In other words, for our 16th anniversary up until September 30th of this month, we will be giving 16% off new video projects that get developed during that time. So there, you still have about another 2 weeks left. So check that out. Give us a shout, as always. And then I'm starting another Michigan Business Rap series, in which we were on with the Second Brain Collective back in May, and starting that up. And the first one is up. It's called What is Co-Marketing, Co-Branding? And so that's the first segment of 4 that will be coming up on the blog. So pay attention to that. It will also be going to the YouTube channel, and so you can catch it there as well, the Better Call Paul YouTube channel. So, and finally, we have the Second Brain Collective podcast with Tashmica Torok of the Firecracker Foundation, talking about how she uses digital marketing to really make the Firecracker Foundation found and communicate appropriately with her audience, and so on, and learn a little bit more about why she developed that organization as it was. So check that out. It's all on our blog, so subscribe to our blog or check it out every day. We usually have something new posted, so hope to see you there. On to the other channels, our RideHomeReviews. That's pretty popular. The one that I do last week, I reviewed It, which I really enjoyed. You should go see that. This week, I'm going to go for another thriller, and I'm going to go see Darren Aronofsky's new film starring Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem called Mother. So if you miss any of these reviews, or you want to check out some reviews that I did in the past, I do one movie a week. It is on YouTube, so subscribe to it there or like it on Facebook. The Drinking Lunch is celebrating its 2nd anniversary. So this coming Thursday, so please RSVP. Look at the Eventbrite link there. We'd like to see you there. We're going to have some special giveaways as part of this 2nd anniversary celebration. As always, it is at the Lansing Brewing Company. So there you have it. Just a little bit of news. We did turn 16. So I want to reiterate that we do have that video project special, 16% off until September 30th. There is no 31st of September. September 30th, 16% off on any new video projects that get developed during that time. So please drop us a line. We'd like to work with you and tell your story. As well as we're still looking for a video production intern for the fall. It's going in October. We only got about 3 months left of the semester. Shireen would really like some more help. I can't always go out on shoots with her, and so she'd like some help out in the field. So drop us a line if you're interested in working in a very creative, fast-paced environment in which you get to work with some cool people. Seriously, I'm not just saying that. So, moving on to the events coming up this week that I will be attending and/or have some hand in. Tuesday, Lansing Storytellers Project. My friend Chaz will be telling his story. The theme is waiting. That is at the Lansing Brewing Company from 7 to 9 p.m. So check that out on Tuesday. Moving on to Thursday, of course, there's the Caerusnet Lansing Green Team that's at 8 a.m. at the Fox 47 building. You go downstairs. That's a referral networking group that I'm a part of. I unfortunately cannot be there on Thursday, but I highly suggest you be there on Thursday. Don Garshow, who is with Fox 47, will be the spotlight presenter. I'm sorry, I forgot to put the link there in the show notes. It'll go up there on the blog and the YouTube channel, so the link will be there. Thursday, of course, I also mentioned if it is our second anniversary of the drinking lunch, and that's from 2 to 4 p.m. on Thursday at the Lansing Brewing Company. Same time, same place, same time of the month. So every third Thursday. So please come by and say hi, help us celebrate that second year. Also, one thing I forgot to put up there again is Sylvan Learning Center is having a ribbon cutting on Friday at 4 p.m. So stop on there, say hi to Jessica, and help celebrate her a new milestone in the Sylvan Learning Center's history. So that once again, that's 4 p.m. on Friday. And finally, Sunday, the American Heritage Festival at the Woldemar Nature Center is happening from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's always a fun time. I'm going to be stopping by there, and so we'll take a look at that. All right, those are the events coming up this week. Sorry that it was a little lacking in the linkage information. I will try to fix that going onto the blog. But moving on to In the News. First one, phones are changing how people shoot and watch video. This is interesting. It's actually not a new concept because people tend to use their phones like this when they record, like this, where us videographers like this, people do that. And in fact, apps like Snapchat and Instagram have forced people to do the vertical because the horizontal does not look good in stories and the stories functionality, and so therefore also with live streaming in Facebook and Instagram and Periscope, even when that was out, it forced you to use it vertically, and so that gives a more intimate look. It's more boxy. It's like we're going back in time with video, back to the 4:3 versus the 16:9. But it's an interesting concept when it comes to intimacy with social media, because you're really getting into somebody's face when it's a square and you're not worried about the edges so much. And yeah, the picture and communication and feel, it's just changed some of that game. So, the square is in for right now. We'll see how that goes moving on in the future. Next story, Verizon CEO sees decision on online TV service in 6 months. You want to talk about late to the game, but of course this is a competitive market. The telecoms are competing with each other. Comcast and AT&T have both have had television services for quite a while now, but this is Verizon wants to take it online, so does that mean it's taking on Netflix and Hulu? I mean, this once more goes into the fact that we're getting a little tired with the streaming services, and there's just more and more and more and more, and the choices are more and more and more. And how is money supposed to be made when you have all these options, and it gets watered down? And so it's going to be interesting to see how the online TV space looks in the next few years, because right now Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and are dominating, but now you have HBO Go or HBO Now, either one, and then Showtime and AMC and ESPN, all these standalone programmatic streaming services. So yeah, we're gonna see how this shakes out, because it can't possibly, we're gonna hit some type of collision point with this. Next was a fun one that I stumbled across. What if your favorite filmmakers directed food videos? You have to check this out. It is so funny. The directors that I watched were a food film made by Quentin Tarantino, Michael Bay, Wes Anderson. Quentin Tarantino one cracked me up. That was they did spaghetti and meatballs. It's just like, it was awesome. So you got to check these videos out. They'll make you smile, and it's pretty funny how they really replicate the director's style in these. So I highly recommend checking those out. And that brings us to the question of the week. So, and this actually came from somebody in person that asked me. This came from Heather Simon at one of these events I was at, and she asked, how do you determine how to use your commercial music in your videos? How is this possible? Well, that's a slippery slope. Using commercial music is very, very difficult unless you have the permission to use it. You have to get the permission, and it's not easy to get the permission, because you could potentially need only one piece of permission, I guess that's the way to put it, for copyright, or up to 3, because depending on the song and the ownership rights within that song, not only would you have to talk to the record company, you may have to get permission from the songwriter and the performer themselves if you're using the performance. And so using commercial music in your videos is tough and can be very expensive. Once in a while you may hit a lucky break and it can be donated to you, but for the most part, using services like Pond5 or Audio Blocks, or royalty free stuff that you pay for over time, or even the Free Music Archive. That's another one that you can use where it's actually free. You just have to make sure that you give credit to the artist. So there's ways around these things, but commercial music is difficult because you typically won't have the budget for it. Your client won't have the budget for it, and those are reserved obviously for those organizations that are going to get more of a widespread reach of the audience to have it put into their productions. So looking at royalty-free options should be your first thought, but also giving artists credit when they give you a song or let you use a song. That's next. But commercial music, it's tough. I've been there, I've had to do that, and it's not an easy thing to do. So there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions when it comes to video storytelling, getting your video online, or working with major tools that help you with developing video. So I'd like to hear from you. Once again, don't forget to like our page, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those. And don't forget to check out our blog. We usually have a post going up every day, and subscribe to our YouTube channels. But, until next week, I've enjoyed talking with you, and I'll see you next week. Have a great one, and just try to be creative. That's all you got to do. You're a storyteller. Tell that story. See you next week.